Is that an anime wallpaper?
Yeah.
What anime?
Anime.
It looks like Dragon Ball.
Is every anime Dragon Ball?
No. Not. Let me see your phone wallpaper.
It is Dragon Ball.
Yeah, that's what I fucking thought. Asshole.
Welcome back to the podcast, the best podcast in the world, with a brand new episode. Stop making weird noises before every fucking podcast.
People like it. I think it gets people in the mood to have sex.
No, I doubt it, because imagine driving to work and you go, oh, yours.
And then...
Do you just fart?
No, I'm saying that's what happens in your pants.
Oh, I thought you just farted.
Like you're driving to work, you're sitting in traffic.
Fucking hate.
Come on.
It's stupid. But welcome back. We have some massive news from League for the first time.
Hit the whip.
We're actually talking about the League. No, we're not hitting the whip, unfortunately. But
you're not gonna do it?
I'm not hitting the whip.
I called you out on it.
I'm not hitting the whip.
Dude,
that was like 2014.
When you get called out on it, you gotta do it.
It's not like getting iced.
Dude, I'm gonna scoop your nipple if you don't do it.
I'm not doing it.
So do it.
I'm not doing it.
You're gonna have to.
Why?
Because I just said. Yeah, there it is.
Fucking worthless. Anyways, so we actually have a fucking strike going on in League. This is the first time.
Rightfully so.
Rightfully so. For the first time ever, there is an actual player strike in esports. I don't think this has actually ever happened before, like to a company at least. But yeah, this is an actual strike to an esport. So if many of you don't know, League has its own franchising just like Valorant, right? So they also have the minors, which is like the LCS NA challengers. I forgot the abbreviation, but it's
they're academy leagues.
Essentially, it's an academy league. That's really what it is. So it's like
all the orgs are required to have like an academy team, basically to like essentially train the next generation of LCS players. Right?
Yeah, or in case a player can't make it or players can't make it, you have a backup too also. So there's a voting apparently. So by the way, like these teams, they have to pay for both salaries, the main roster and the minor. But of course, the minor, like they have like a lower salary, but you still have to pay for it. I think it was like $200K a year.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, it was like $200K a year for the Challengers League, right? So the Riot went up to all 10 orgs. They sat them down, all the owners, and they were like, "Hey,
you don't have to do this anymore.
You don't have to do this. Do you guys want to do this?" And all 10 teams were like, "We don't want to pay for this. We don't want this."
Mm-hmm.
So they're literally the next day after, I was like, "All right, we're getting rid of it." So then, the Twitter account. So I'm gonna pull up all in time sequences. Also, ready? So this happened 3 days ago. As of this recording,
okay,
we are on June 1st. So this happened 3 days ago. I'm sorry. No, wait. Where is it? We're going to go all the way back. Where is it? This happened in May 23rd, I believe. So yes, May 23rd. So the LCSPA, so the LCS Player Association, asked Riot that they want demands because they're in a walkout right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
A walkout means they're not playing. Without players, you can't like there's no games.
Yeah.
So like think about it.
It's kind of hard to have a sporting event without people to play the sport or esport.
So then because there was like this whole thing. Now there was like stories coming out where like their like teams now have to get players or like even any players. And then the association was like, "Yo, if you're a pro player, if you're high ranked, don't play with them. Stay with our walkout, stay with our strike." And then the craziest thing is they go and they're like, rank requirement doesn't matter now.
Yeah.
So you can be silver 4.
But the reason they do that is so hopefully they could get the team staff to play, if that makes sense. Like they're not saying, "Oh, let's pick up some ranked players." I feel like it's definitely so like, I don't know, staff of the big teams can play because they're going to be good. So they're like, "Oh, you don't have to be challenger or fucking whatever." Yeah.
Yeah. So then that rumor came out and all that. So then,
That's not a rumor.
oh yeah, no,
That's real.
that's real.
That's
They
real.
actually lifted the rank requirement. There was no rank requirement for like
Dude,
for like 2 days.
I could be an LCS pro.
You could have been LCS pro in 2 days, but I mean, Cloud9 didn't contact you, so
No.
it was unfortunate. You should have told them you were like the best Senna NA. Maybe
Yeah, dude.
So then the LCS Player Association came out and were like, hey, this is the 5 requirements we want before we want to even think about coming back to playing. First requirement, institute a Valorant-style promotion and relegation between the LCS and the NACL, which is the Challenger Leagues.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially meaning, you know, in Valorant, there's the Ascension League and then there's the Franchising League where you can get relegated and promoted.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what they wanted because teams like Dignitas have always been shit and they could just continue to be shit for years and years on end. So they're like, they're just wasting money and they're not even thinking about improving.
Yeah.
What's the whole point of that? So it essentially puts a fire on the teams to actually produce and
so that
play to win.
Yeah.
And then
It's not the same couple teams winning every year.
So, and then Riot to commit a revenue pool for the player's salary of $300K per NACL team per year. Meaning
Wow.
they want
Riot to pay for them?
They want Riot to pay for the Challengers League instead of the teams so they can save money and then, you know, they can develop players and, you know, focus on the actual main team instead of the Challengers League. So they want Riot to pay for it. Okay? For each team. So that's the requirement number 2. Third one, allow LCS orgs to partner with affiliate for cost sharing. Meaning, if they want to be sponsored by Burger King to help them, they want to help them to help them pay off a lot of the players. Let them. That's what they want. So you know, cost efficiency and letting them. So that's like, you know, that's pretty fair. I feel like that's fine. Riot guarantees LCS minimum contract for the following year for the 5 players who win the LCS Summer Finals each year. Essentially meaning it's like, hey, you won the LCS, you guys deserve to get at least paid still, like a little bit more. That's what essentially, like a little bonus. That's really what it is. Okay. And then the 5th one, which I feel like, you know, is not that bad. Institute a 3/5 roster continuity rule to prove players on released NACL roster first priority in maintaining their slot in the NACL session if a majority of it continues to compete together. Essentially meaning let the players decide if they want to stay as a group, not the team. That they want to give power to the players, not to the teams.
Okay.
So the team should not have as much power in saying you guys should disband or we're gonna get other players. They want the players to decide.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. To be honest, it's not that bad of a requirement. I feel like maybe the 300K might be
That's the thing. That's a lot of money.
The 300K, I feel like that might be a little much.
That's per.
Yeah, that's a lot, but I don't know if that's everything else. I feel like they should. You know, that's like very flexible and very reasonable.
See, now I wonder if Riot will buy into this.
So
because I don't know, it's one thing if it's like a small thing, but this is big.
Yeah, no, this is unheard of. There's no such thing as a walkout in esport. This is the first ever walkout. We're literally witnessing like major history right now, and like because you have to have fucked up so hard for you to
for your players to be like, fuck this.
Yeah, fuck this, I'm out.
I'm not playing.
So I know we recently had Greg on, like, you know, a few episodes ago, and like,
sorry, Greg.
Sorry, Greg. You know, we love you still. I mean, to be fair, he probably like, we're not blaming all the blame on Greg because maybe he might have not had all the decision on it. Maybe like
I honestly would think that Greg probably had no decision on it, and this is by higher ups.
Yeah, I think this is maybe more higher ups.
I think this is like a bunch of guys in suits got in a fucking conference room and made this. I don't think anybody who like works like with the players at that kind of level or even close to that would want something like this. I feel like this decision was made by people that just care about the money, which I mean, fair, like you want to make money, but like this decision was not made by people who care about the players.
Yeah, I feel like because someone like Greg, you know, who grew up in gaming, you know, run his own tournaments.
He works with the players. Yeah, that's the thing.
He literally knows the players. He works with them.
It's not no way it was anyone's decision, even at that level.
Exactly.
Even maybe 5 levels higher than him.
Yeah, so I think like maybe like if it was really up to like Greg and maybe his team, they would have probably listened or maybe cooperated more with them. So like, I feel like if you guys please don't throw any hate to anybody that like Greg or
Yeah,
anybody.
that works at Riot.
Yeah.
Really, it's not the devs. It's not
the devs, it's not the operation, or maybe it's the people of the higher ups, the corporates.
Yeah,
really.
that's what it is.
So don't throw any hate. You know, probably Greg had not much say into this. So then, when that came out, Riot, short term, said no to all of them. They said instantly was like, no, this is not right. There's a detail, you know, go on Twitter. We'll link it in below the response, the full response. But they essentially said no. One of the reasons is they kind of fucked themselves over because if many of you don't know, you have to pay $10 million to buy a league spot. And they're saying, hey, that's unfair for the teams to be relegated after just spending $10 million on a league spot. That makes no sense. We're not doing a relegation or promotion system like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then they said everything else. I think the only thing they said yes was, I think the $300K for other like organizers to host tournaments to promote it. I think that's the only thing they said yes to. Everything else they said no to. So, Riot. So now, fast forward, we are now. What are we? We're 3 days in. Okay, so we're a day and now. Yesterday, I think May 31st, Riot decided to essentially postpone the LCS for 2 weeks because now they're going to be talking to them. So they're talking to the Pro Player Association, and they're essentially going to try to talk it out and see what can we do.
Negotiate it.
A middle ground. Because if another big thing is they essentially plan to cancel the LCS as a whole for the summer split for the rest of the year.
Whoa, they're just going to wipe it clean?
So they said if they don't come to an agreement within the next 2 weeks, they're going to wipe everything else clean. There will be no NA in Worlds.
Fucking crazy.
They essentially were like, yo, if you're not going to listen to us, we're shutting everything down and you guys are not going to World, period.
Bro, that means we won't go to Peru Center.
Yeah, so there's no Prudential Center in the LCS summer split.
Fuck.
There's nothing, so they're essentially going to talk it out. So for the next 2 weeks, this is
the fate of NA League is in the hands.
For the next NA, like if we don't actually come to a reasonable agreement in the next 2 weeks, NA League is fucked. Essentially dead if we don't come up with an actual reason and everyone agrees to one. So that's essentially where we are today. So now we're just waiting on it. The Player Association said, hey, we're going to talk with them. We're going to have meetings, and we're going to have meetings with the teams, owners, and Riot. So,
jeez.
Wow. That's because it is kind of fucked because if you look at Korea, you look at Europe, you look at anywhere else, they have very good even academy teams. Like they have a minor leagues with Carmen Corp. Like the French league side is a huge. So like you see these if you see videos of like I think I forgot the exact name, but look at their Challengers League. The stadiums is packed. There's people screaming.
Oh, really?
It's massive.
Wow, that's cool.
And if you even look at Korea and like China, their Challengers team is massive. And they actually develop them. They actually take time to like, hey, we're going to develop them because you can actually get promoted and we want our region to succeed. And look at them. Their regions do succeed.
Yeah.
You know, Europe maybe might be fall behind, but they're actually improving. They feel like they improve every year. But then, you know, Korea and China always dominate. But, you know, Europe is right there. Europe is literally right there. And because they actually improve and they actually develop their players. So that's what for that. And, like, it's kind of insane because then if we have, that's 3 slots just gone. There's no NA. Like, so what's the whole point? Because I know, you know, there was a statistic that showed ever since 2017, viewership has just been plummeting for NA like LCS finals. So, you know, it could be like, you know, just a lot of imports, you know, like them just sucking.
There's bad people, no NA players.
No NA players, you know, it's just literally a bunch of things. So it's interesting to see because like I'm surprised that no other esport has actually ever like had a protest or like a walkout. It's like, hey, we're not playing. Like, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Like, we don't like the system. Because like it is kind of fucked. Because I mean, CS is more just like open tournaments and just like a lot of that.
Yeah, Valve less Valve involvement.
Valve doesn't do franchising, so like they just do open tournaments and a bunch of tournaments. I mean, their scheduling is kind of fucked because you're just like you'll have a tournament and then a week later it's like, all right, you got to go to another tournament. So like it's more just like, come on, we'll do. Riot has this thing.
Move it along.
Riot has this thing where they do 6 months of qualifying to a tournament, where CS does 6 months of just tournaments. So it's kind of it's kind of like scheduling, but it's kind of sad because I mean we did say like the bubble is bursting, but like we were never expecting something like this to happen because a walkout is nothing to take lightly because it like
this is like I don't know, this big stand by the players. I wonder like what's gonna happen if they actually just cancel the summer split. Like that's not gonna be good for viewership. I don't think people are gonna be excited to come back unless that like I don't know. I think people are like NA League will be that'll be like the nail in the coffin
for NA
League if they cancel the summer split.
Yeah, like they won't even be like taken seriously. Like who would even like? There's no motivation for people to be up and coming and want to play in League.
Yeah.
Like it's just there's a lot of factors to this, which is hard and like sad in the same time because I know and like I mean mine is Valorant. I feel like NA just always sucks at every esports, and then like I know especially in League it's always emphasized how much we suck, but like just seeing it is just so sad.
Rough.
It's so sad because then like it's just not because like at the end of the day we want to see all these players like even if we suck we still want to see them play. We still don't want to see their personality. We still don't want to see them on the big stage. We want events coming to NA. So if there's like nothing happening here, there's never going to be events for NA, and especially for people who still want to play League and still enjoy the game. It's just, yeah. I mean, it sucks because I feel like every time something happens in Jersey, they get canceled. Last time is because of COVID. So now this time is because of a walkout. I swear to God, New Jersey's fucking cursed, man. We can't have shit in this house. Man, everything gets fucking canceled.
East Coast is cursed, man.
Man, like fuck that. Come on, man. Like we just want events here, and then every time we have an event here, something fucking has to happen, or we can't have it. Fuck, man.
Unlucky, really.
Oh my God, it's just so annoying. But
maybe next time.
Yeah. But update on the Inting Cup that I've started. So
how's that going?
So I got in contact with Walker. Actually hit me up. Shout out to Walker. I miss you. Love you, baby. No, you heard me right.
Yeah, I know.
So he contacted me and he's like, "Yo, I heard about your tournament. I know a guy that does posters because he did like the posters for like Disguised Toast and Offline TV for their tournament. So he's like, "Yo, you want to get in contact with him? He'll help you out." And I was like, "Oh, sure." I mean, I wasn't even thinking about a poster and like announcement like that. But he's like, "Yeah." So we talked today, and we were thinking we wanted to do something a style of the Tarek. So remember when Tarek and Ludwig had their like tournament? So like I wanted that kind of style with the combination of our logo. So I told him like try to make a mixture of those two. So then like because it's a league. So then, I mean I posted a video about this already, talking about it and going into detail. But like we were just like, there's the whole rule set. Like I wanted to make sure where anybody can come in. It doesn't matter if you have 100 followers, 100,000 followers. If you are a content creator and you still make content, you're more than welcome to come in.
I thought there was a minimum requirement.
I was thinking about that, but then I was like,
not enough people will join.
No, it's not enough people. Actually, a lot of people were interested that were above the requirement. I was just thinking, I'm like, why don't we just? I always feel like give everyone a chance. Why not?
What's the rank requirement though?
I just said Ascendant 1, of course. The rank requirement is going to stay the same. It's Ascendant 1.
High elo tournament.
It's mid to high. It's essentially like a pretty high elo tournament. So it's either you have to be the previous act or the current act. You have to be Ascendant 1. So if you hit Ascendant 1 literally the day before the tournament, you qualify.
Okay.
Literally, like that's how easy the requirement is. Of course, and it's of course NA only. I think I had a few EU people come in to me.
Oh yeah, unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, I want to get everyone involved, but to be fair, I don't want someone who is not an NA resident with someone with high ping to just ruin the experience for everyone else. Because I know people are gonna complain, people are gonna get annoyed, and then I don't want to kick someone out halfway through the tournament who's already fucked up everyone's elo.
Yeah,
And I don't want that whole scenario going down. So for this one, I'm only doing NA. Hopefully, maybe the next one.
Maybe we could somehow coordinate an EU one.
Maybe we can coordinate
Like
an EU
only.
or like South America one. Maybe that's probably easier, South America one. So we'll probably coordinate something next act. But for now, this one is like we can only do it. I mean, I don't know many people who. I don't think so. Do I know any content creators from EU? Personally, I don't know any content. I don't think so. I know any content creators from EU, personally. So, like something like that is like That's why I'm just focusing on NA right now. I think that's because we're just doing that. But then like, I joke about this, but like I feel like something's gonna happen where I have to step in, or someone's gonna say some stupid shit, or be like a little creepy.
Mean?
Like I feel like someone like of course I made it a rule. I hate that I had to make it a rule. But I did. I made like, no sexist or racist shit, guys. Of course. I hate how I
Are people like, what? Why not?
No one said that. But I have a feeling someone's gonna say some stupid shit like that, or be creepy to like a female streamer or content creator. And it's gonna be like, I would have to step in. And
like,
then,
dude, you really gotta have me kick you out of this right now, man.
Come on, man. Like that's my biggest thing. That's literally my biggest fear is where I have to step in, talk to a guy or talk to a girl who's just doing some stupid shit, saying some stupid shit, and I'll be like, yo, get out. Like, we gotta kick you out. I'm sorry. And then, like, it's already, like, I'm already 10 days in, and we, like, the ELO's already, like, she were to get kicked out, even though she played for 10 days. It's like, that's my biggest fear, because I don't want to stress this. Like, this is something that I'm making that could potentially flourish into something bigger. And that's why it's like, like, that's my biggest thing. Of course, I'm pretty sure everyone is not going to do anything because, at the end of the day, they're content creators. If they actually want a career in this, they won't do anything. Yeah,
they're not going to toss their career.
They're not going to toss their career. So this is like, and then for the Discord, I mean, I talked to, I finally got in contact with Malachi. Yeah, like I've been messaging because he made the server. So I got in contact with him and we were talking and he was like, "Oh yeah, thanks, bro. It's a go." And then I explained him all the rules and everything. And then I got in contact with the admin. And we have everything set up, essentially. I'm just setting up the promotional aspect of it. But like this next few days, I'm just promoting it and getting as many people as possible. I'm just getting as many people as possible to this.
Nice.
But no, that's really it. I think the last piece we need to do is just a poster. Oh, and I think I've added to the video that I posted. I said I'm going to give $25 to whoever makes the best content, and I'm going to make a voting system for the fans. So it actually motivates people to make content for it. So, like, even if you're not... I told them, like, you don't have to be in the leaderboard or top rank, one of the high ranks
just
to
as
win.
long as you make some good shit for it.
As long as you make some
cash.
You make some good-ass content, you potentially win the $25. I probably, like...
Consolation prize.
Yeah, I don't know if, like, I'm still... I said I was going to do fan vote, but I'm thinking about it now.
That logistically, that's tough.
That's tough to doing it like fan votes because like I'm not saying someone's gonna do bad content, but if someone obviously is doing worse content but has a bigger fan base, they're gonna win. So what I'm gonna do, I think what I'll do is I'll probably get like a bunch of content creators, and then we can all decide and vote for it together. That's what I'm probably gonna do in the end. We're probably gonna make a personal vote instead of like a fan vote because I'm not gonna like a fan vote. It's like saying who made better content. Flex Ninja or Tens? Tens is probably gonna win 10 out of 10 times because his fan base is so massive.
Yeah.
Like no hate to Flex Ninja. I'm just not saying that. Like I'm not insulting him, but I'm just saying because Tens' fan base is like 100 times bigger than his. It's just like it's just gonna be a fan vote. It's not gonna be an actual. Hey man, Flex Ninja actually did some really good content. He actually did better content than Tens. No one's gonna look at that. They'll be like, oh my god, Tens, vote for him. It's gonna be something like that. Like that's the equivalent of what's gonna happen. So that's why I think I keep kicking this shit. Oh, okay. So yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen. I think that's what I'm gonna be doing.
I like it.
Yeah. I said the start date I think was June 7th because that's 20 days before the act ends. So June 7th.
So you got like about a week.
So you got about a week to join the server. I think when does this video upload? Saturday, so you got
the 3rd. You get 4 days.
Yeah, you all got about 4 days to enter. So you follow us on Twitter. I'll send you like DM me, and I'll probably send you the link to the Discord. So I don't want to make it public, so just anybody can join. You have to like actually join it. Like
Yeah.
I want to actually invite you. You're not like you have to actually DM me because if I made it public, everyone's gonna join and we're gonna have like a clusterfuck.
Mm-hmm.
So
Nice.
but yeah, that's my part of it, and that's what I've been up to this week. What about you?
I quit my job. Tomorrow's my last day. So
how do you feel?
it's weird, man. Like, I'm not gonna have to wake up at 6 every morning to fucking go to work and haul speakers around. So lots of fun content is gonna be coming starting next week. Okay, I'm grinding this fucking thing.
Yeah, but like, do you ever feel like that's what I'm saying? Are you gonna like wake up at like 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. and be like, damn.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna wake up fucking early every morning
Okay.
and grind it, man.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna take this time after I quit my job and fucking waste it.
Yeah. Because I think
Easy.
like because there is like also the fear is like, oh, I quit my job now, I have to do this. I mean, of course it's a patient game, and that's why like we're doing all these events and we're doing all these promotion, all these videos, all these kind of things just to grow it better. And I think we are doing a pretty good job about it, in my opinion. But like, yeah, it's weird. I'm not gonna lie, because like for me, like I wouldn't know. Like for like, it's gonna feel like I feel like for you, it's gonna feel weird. It's like I feel like you're gonna one day wake up and get ready and be like, wait, I don't have work today. It's gonna be like a never-ending like day of like vacationing.
Nah, I'm grinding it. I'm gonna grind it.
But now you have more time to play Street Fighter now.
Yeah. I don't have the money to play Street Fighter right now, though. That's the thing. That's the thing about quitting your job. You don't got money.
Yeah, that is an issue. I feel like you not having a job is no money.
Yeah.
So you're just gonna find like a side job or something to just get us a few bucks.
No, I'm gonna fucking grind this, man.
Ah, gotcha. But you like the way you said you quit your job is just, you just didn't like it, right?
Well, I was sitting there one day. I was like, I do a lot of things with spotlights and projectors, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, dude, I really don't give a shit about what a fucking spotlight looks like on a high school stage. I don't care.
Yeah.
This doesn't interest me.
And like you said, it was like tiring to your mental health also.
Yeah, just because like sitting there doing something you're not like super passionate about like all day, every day is just like draining, you know? So like quitting doing something I'm passionate about.
Yeah.
So
I think because like you
we'll see how it goes.
Because yeah, like you hear also these stories about like esports pros, like, oh, I quit everything just to be into esports, but like, you know, it's not definitely a leap, and I feel like people don't understand like if you generally don't like your job and like you can't stand it, like you shouldn't be wasting your mental health and you just getting depressed over it.
Yeah.
Like I feel like someone's gonna be like, oh, you quit your job, like that's fucked, you have no money, blah blah blah. What about your future, blah, blah, blah. Like your girlfriend?
I still live at home, so I'm chilling.
Yeah.
But it's crazy that people don't live at home and they have bills to pay.
Oh my god. No, that my thing is if you have this like we're 23, right? And like don't take it as living at home with your parents a bad thing, especially in today's age. So we live in Jersey, right? I think a 1-bedroom, 1-bath apartment, I think is like $3K a month. 2 to 3K
at
a month.
least like $1,800 a month.
At least, I think
town.
the lowest we see is $1,800 a month, and that's like nothing.
That's like for a shoebox.
Yeah, that's literally you're living in a shoebox essentially. So like you have to understand like if you are able to stay with your parents as long as possible. Literally, like it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to stay with your parents if you with today's money. Like I think I saw online someone said in America to live on your own and live comfortably, I think you have to make at least minimum $6K a month to live comfortably by yourself and get a decent apartment and utility and all that. $6K a month. Not everyone's making $6K a month. I hope you know that. It's not, nobody's just graduating college and be like, I can make that much money. Like, no, man. Like
maybe if you have like a crazy major, like aerospace engineering or something.
Yeah, like people don't understand. Like it's fucking expensive. Like, but stay at home if you're being a content creator. If you're in high school and you're in college, bro, actually grind that shit hard as fuck.
Being chill at your house.
Yeah, I mean, of course, like you don't have to quit your job, but if you absolutely need to, then go ahead. We're not advisors, by the way. Please don't take everything we're saying as
Maybe
fucking...
we should be a finance podcast.
Oh no,
We'd
God.
probably get better numbers.
I just know the basic fundamentals of the stock market. That is it. That is the basic. I don't even touch crypto. So like, no, God.
I don't think anyone touches crypto these days.
I think crypto's fucked.
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't follow.
One more drama I heard was I don't know if you saw, but like FaZe Rain and then the actress from Stranger Things, Grace.
Mm-hmm.
So, so TLDR, the OG guys from FaZe, they want their company back. What they want, because they sold it to a corporate entity and they want it back, and they're ruining the image of FaZe and they don't like it. So they've been going on this whole Twitter beef and everything about the whole like what's going on in like they're going off. FaZe Rain is going exposing all their like finances and just saying like, hey, this is fucked. This is not the right image of FaZe. I don't like this, blah blah blah. That's the whole TLDR. So it's been going on for like months now. So then they signed a girl named Grace, who was an actress in Stranger Things, and she streams also. So it's like, so they signed her, and then FaZe Rain was the most vocal about it, where he was like, "This is fucking stupid. She doesn't fit the FaZe brand."
Yeah.
And then they had this whole Twitter beef, went back and forth. Like, she brought up how he had an overdose problem, which is a little bit fucked. You shouldn't bring up someone like he's rehabbed and he's recovered.
Yeah.
But you brought up him having a drug overdose, which is like, that's kind of like sensitive. But then he also said, he's like, you're fucking mid, you're not good looking and all that.
Okay.
Like,
we're children now.
Yeah. So like he said it first, and then she said the overdose thing, and then it's like, okay, then it spiraled to a bunch of different. It just, it's a lose-lose.
No bueno.
So then he came out with a video where he was like, I'm going to go and I'm going to apologize. I'm going to show proof that I'm the mature one. I'm going to go and apologize. He talked and he was like saying, hey, I'm sorry that I said this. I should have not said that. Blah, 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 all this. And they talked it out. And then it just ended. I don't know why, but then they just didn't end up well. And then she was like, if this gets posted, I'm leaving FaZe. A week into joining FaZe officially.
Isn't that what they wanted, though?
They wanted
her to leave.
Well, yeah, but so he kept emphasizing it wasn't her that the issue was. It was FaZe making the wrong decisions, because FaZe were like, oh, we need more women in esports. But then I'm like, why don't you actually sign women who have been grinding the content creation?
Yeah.
And actually, like, who've been really grinding and making a name for themselves. Why don't you, like, there's a lot of women in the VALORANT scene that grind the content creation and would love to be signed by FaZe. So then, like, that whole situation happened. He posted the video, and then like, it just went to shit show. So
I love it.
It just shows like FaZe is like, it is like ruining the brand of FaZe. This could be like a big.
They seem to forget that they were a trick-shotting clan.
They were a trick-shotting clan.
COD trick-shotting clan.
Well, I love that's the funniest thing is because I saw, like, you know how the meme template was like the guy's pointing a gun is like, name 5 things, and then like someone was like FaZe Rain to Grace, name 5 trick shots. Like the memes were kind of funny.
That's so funny.
And the memes are kind of funny, but like the actual situation is like such drama and such petty shit. That's what's like annoying about it. But I because it's kind of sad seeing FaZe like being essentially belittled to nothing. So yeah,
I think that's all.
That's all for everything. Thank you guys for watching.
Nice.
Appreciate it. If we come back, let's hope that NA League is not actually dead, and that, you know, we actually get to go to an event in League minus Worlds. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Appreciate you guys. Love you. Bye-bye.